Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Come Play. Come Play is a 2020 horror drama that follows the story of a family who fights to save their son who doesn't actually speak when a mysterious entity comes alive and tries to take him. The film is directed and written by Jacob Chase, and it is based off of the short film Larry, also written by Jacob Chase. Now, I remember when this trailer came out, it actually got quite a bit of buzz. People seemed to be quite excited to come play with the mysterious monster Larry in this film. And I have to say, a lonely, mysterious creature who just wants friends so he doesn't have to be alone all the time, named Larry, well, that was all too real of a horror story for me. Like, Jacob Chase, I think I am entitled to some of those royalties. But I actually didn't watch the trailers for this film, so when I saw my name pop up right off the bat, I was taken aback. And I also had no idea what this film really entailed, what it was about. I just knew that people got excited over the trailer. This is a horror film being released into actual movie theaters for Halloween, and I am always down for some new horror for the Halloween season. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to really scratch the horror fans' itch. Come Play wasn't quite enticing me to get into the playpen. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. My biggest positive is the kind of allegory that takes place, particularly when it comes to loneliness, how it centers around a non speaking autistic child, and the messaging around devices, and devices being children's substitute for friends. All of those messages I thought actually were handled quite well within the script. They are a bit in your face, a bit over the top, particularly the loneliness one. But it was nice to see those type of messages in a horror film like this. And overall, I think the story itself and the atmosphere are okay. They're serviceable. Even the acting is serviceable. Most things are at least okay when it comes to the film. That's about all I have for positives. So let's go ahead and talk about the negatives with Come Play. Well, a big problem I had is actually the story. I think it's based off of this idea of Larry, this lonely monster who's in a storybook, but it's like a virtual storybook. Is there a paper copy? I don't think there can be based off of what we learned through the film, but it's just like this digital story that read, and once you have opened that doorway, Larry comes through to be friends with you. But not only is it quite a generic story, particularly when it comes to these paranormal horror films, it's also not that interesting, and it doesn't really follow logical rules. The logic behind the monster, behind how he does what he does or what he's doing, doesn't really make much sense. In addition, I think we go through a lot of big conveniences. First of all, the kid being a non talking autistic child is more of a convenience than it is anything else. If we had delved more into that, I think it could have been a more interesting talking point, even if he was just an autistic child or if he was a mute child, or if we had just taken time to go deeper with a non-talking autistic child and what that entails. I think it could have actually been pretty impactful and emotional, but instead it's just a crutch. It's just a convenience to add to the horror element. One, because he has to have screens that use his little device to speak, and then two, because obviously he can't verbalize anything. But the dialogue is also super clunky, particularly between our mother character and the boy, or the mother and father, even the dialogue between the kids. All of the dialogue in the film is really clunky. And you definitely have those moments of like, why? Why are you going there? Why are you doing this? And then when we get to the moments with Larry, it is a bit underwhelming. I don't know. The CGI was not great. And again, his design was just so generic. We've seen it from the Slender Man to the Conjuring 2. We've seen this skinny, creepy, gangly guy so many times that I wish we could have done something a little bit more innovative with him, at least once he was realized. But as it was just kind of like a bad CGI skinny guy. With also some really, really weird shots. Like he really liked to do these like close-up shots for emotional effect, I believe, but they were like almost fisheye in the way that he brought it to people's faces. I did not like that like at all. The directing overall wasn't terrible, but just every now and then he would throw in completely baffling shots. So overall, Come Play is a harmless horror film. I wouldn't say it's horrible, and it definitely has some redeeming qualities. However, it's just not scary, like, at all, in any sort of fashion. And it just relies on so many paranormal tropes, relies on so many things we've seen. It feels like a mishmash of a million horror films that have been made over the years. And unfortunately, it comes in on the bad side of those. So if you have nothing else to do on Halloween Day, give this a matinee. It's not worth the full price ticket. Otherwise, if you've got plans or you just don't really care to celebrate Halloween, I think you could probably skip Come Play. So that is my review of Come Play. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Come Play? And what is your favorite paranormal type of horror film? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!